Alright, as y'all know, I'm always trying to learn my detector. And I come out in the backyard and do some testing once in a while. Right now, I'm testing recovery speed, separation, and depth. And that's what we're going to be looking at right now. So, y'all ready to get started? Let's check it out. Alright, in this first test, we got a quarter covered by a nail right on top of it. Can we hear it? We're going to use a recovery speed of 1. That means that computer is running really slow. But move it slow enough we can definitely hear it. It gives a good number, 46, 47. Let's try moving a little faster. If I move it too fast, you hear nothing. It pretty much cancels out if I'm going too fast. That's because the computer can't analyze both of those targets with a recovery speed of 1. So let's try a recovery speed of 10. Alright, let's try it now. Even, it's a little bit quicker because you get the fastest recovery speed there, but even when I go pretty fast, I'll get a little bleeps here and there. Where before I wouldn't even get a bleep. A little bit. So of course you go slow, you're going to get it there too. Now, let's check out what happens when we add some more iron around it. Here we're going to put multiple nails around this guy here. On one side right now, let's try this. That's a lot of analyzing the machine's got to do. Alright, we're still on 10 right now. And it's still getting it. At a recovery speed of 10, that computer's working as fast as it can to analyze. But we're losing depth, and we're going to look at that in just a little bit. Okay, let's try it down to 1. A recovery speed of 1. Will it still hear it? No. Even with the iron beside recovery speed of 1, if I'm moving at this speed, you hear nothing. The computer's trying to analyze the iron, and before it can finish analyzing the iron, it hits the quarter and it hadn't finished that yet, so it cancels each other out. So if you are moving at a decent speed, recovery speed of 1, and you're moving fast, you will not hear a quarter next to it. Go down to 10. We'll try it one more time here. Go up to 10 rather, and you will. You do hear it. Pretty consistent. Alright, let's put nails on both sides of the target now. What's going to happen now? Will we hear that in the middle? Alright, right now we are at 10. Highest separation we can get. And it has no problem hearing that quarter between all that iron. But, let's say we go down to a recovery speed of 1. Alright, here we go. Nothing. Well, there's 1. It got it one time. Depending on how fast. Now, if you move slow, if you use a low recovery speed, you need to move your coil really slow in a heavy iron area. The lower you got it. You will hear it like that. But if you move fast, you will not hear it. It can't analyze it that fast. Now, just to show you, let's put the cord out by itself just to show you if it's out by itself moving that fast. It does hear it. Alright, so, and that was at a 1 it could hear it. Now, if you do a 10 with it by itself, what you're going to end up doing is the computer's, you'll get a shorter signal, but you should still hear it. No problem. Now the question here is, how much depth are we losing when we go from recovery speed 1 to recovery speed 10? The 10 can separate better, and of course you can always use a smaller coil, help a lot too. But let's look at how much depth we're losing with changing the recovery speed. Here we go. Alright, well, recovery speed 1. Get it set up here. Now what's the depth of this quarter with recovery speed of 1? 13, 14, 15, 15, 16, right there. Barely here at 15, 16. Now, let's go over here and change the recovery speed down to, or up to 10. That's the fastest. The computer is working the fastest it can go right now, but how much depth did we lose? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm losing it between 11 and 12. I was up to 16 before, so I lost about 4 or 5 inches with cutting the recovery speed down. Let's talk about that. All right, everybody, recovery speed is definitely one of the settings you want to learn and know how to adjust in certain circumstances. What I normally do, I will keep it on 1, which gives me the most depth, especially on the beach, because normally there's not a lot of iron on the beach. Sometimes I'll hit it, but normally one target here, one target there. So you're just swinging, looking for that one bleep, and then you go back and check it out. So I'll usually keep it on a 1, gives me the maximum depth normally. In fields where you got a lot of iron, you're gonna need to raise the recovery speed to increase the separation of targets. 2 targets side by side, that computer can analyze it and give you a signal before it gets to the next target, analyze it, give you a signal, get to the next target. On recovery speed 1, you fly it real quick across, it doesn't have time to analyze each one and give you a signal. So you lose them all potentially. So if you got multiple targets, you really need to adjust the recovery speed to the proper number. And that all depends on what you got going on, how much metal is in the ground. If you just got 1 or 2 pieces, you saw if I just had 1 piece of metal tied to the cord, you could read it pretty good. But if you got multiple ones around, it's going to cancel out. You really need to move slow. And you might want to try a smaller coil if you got a lot of targets in the area. Move down to the smallest coil you can get to get in there, so you don't have the coil on top of 1 iron piece and on top of a good target trying to analyze them both at the same time, because then the computer gets wacko and it can't analyze them together. So anyway, small coil, raise the recovery speed for better separation. But remember, the higher the recovery speed, you will lose some depth. So if you're digging bullets and they're all 12 inches deep, when you raise that up, you're gonna miss those bullets probably. So just keep that in mind. But anyway, keep an eye on the recovery speed. That is definitely one of the settings you might want to learn. I'll try to go with some different things. I'm learning myself. I'm out here testing, learning, because I'm running into a lot of scenarios. I ran into a lot of iron at a beach the other day. So sometimes you got to change it depending on where you're at in the scenario. All right, appreciate everybody coming along. Don't forget to click like, comment below, share, and subscribe to the Gigmaster. We're going to keep testing and learning our machine. Stay tuned.